Hello there, and welcome again to your Renewed Faith Devotions as we reflect on the great influences of the faith. We continue to look at the life and character of Nehemiah, and we've watched his tender heart weep and pray for 4 months. We have seen him make a fearless request before the king. Today, we're going to watch that same man arrive in Jerusalem and reveal courageous spirit. So we turn now to Nehemiah chapter 2, and I read from verse 11. So I came to Jerusalem and was there 3 days. Then I arose in the night, I and a few men with me. I told no one what my God had put into my heart to do at Jerusalem, nor was there any animal with me, except the one on which I rode. And I went out by night through the valley gate to the serpent well and the refuse gate, and viewed the walls of Jerusalem, which were broken down in its gates, which were burned with fire. Then I went on to the fountain gate and to the king's pool, but there was no room for the animal under me to pass. So I went up in the night by the valley and viewed the wall. Then I turned back and entered by the valley gate, and so returned. And the officials did not know where I had gone or what I had done. I had not yet told the Jews, the priests, the nobles, the officials, or the others who did the work. Then I said to them, "You see the distress we are in, how Jerusalem lies waste and its gates are burned with fire. Come and let us build the wall of Jerusalem, that we may no longer be a reproach." And I told them of the hand of my God, which had been good upon me, and also the king's words that he had spoken to me. So they said, "Let us rise up and build." Then they set their hands to this good work. But when Sanballat the Horonite, Tobiah the Ammonite official, and Geshem the Arab heard of it, they laughed at us and despised us and said, "What is this thing that you are doing? Will you rebel against the king?" So I answered them and said to them, "The God of heaven himself will prosper us. Therefore we, his servants, will arise and build. But you have no heritage or right or memorial in Jerusalem." Here we see Nehemiah's courageous spirit. Nehemiah arrives in Jerusalem and he waits 3 quiet days. And then, under the cover of darkness, he rises with only a few trusted men. He tells no one what God has put in his heart. And riding alone on his animal, he slips out through the valley gate and he begins a careful, sober inspection of the ruined walls and the burned gates. He goes as far as the fountain gate and the king's pool until the rubble is so thick the animal on which he's riding can go no further. So he turns back by the valley and he re-enters the city, still in silence. It's only after he has seen the full extent of the damage with his own eyes does he gather the Jewish leaders and he speaks to them. He doesn't minimize the distress. "You see the distress that we are in, how Jerusalem lies waste and its gates are burned with fire. Come, let us build the wall of Jerusalem, that we may no longer be a reproach." And then he tells them of the good hand of God upon him, as well as the king's favor. The response of the leaders and the Jews is immediate and united. "Let us rise up and build." And so they set their hands to the good work. My friends, we must remember this. Courage is always tested. The moment the work is announced, Sanballat the Horonite, Tobiah the Ammonite, and Geshem the Arab appear. They laugh, they despise, they accuse. "Will you rebel against the king?" Nehemiah doesn't flinch. He answers with quiet steel. "The God of heaven himself will prosper us. Therefore, we, his servants, will arise and build. But you have no heritage or right or memorial in Jerusalem. Think about this, my friends. If God has called you to any special work for Him, whether rebuilding a broken family, strengthening a struggling congregation, speaking truth in a difficult place, or simply remaining faithful in ordinary duties, you must come to terms right away with this reality. Opposition will come. We must never be discouraged by it. I want to remind you, the stronger the opposition, the bigger the opportunity. Satan never wastes his energy opposing anything that is insignificant. And here Nehemiah shows us the pattern. See the need clearly. Wait for God's timing. Gather the people with honest words and testimony about God's favor. And then, when the mockery rises, stand firm in the confidence that the God of heaven Himself will prosper the work. May the Lord give us the same courageous spirit, clear-eyed, prayer-soaked, and unmoved by the laughter of those who have no share in what God is doing. And so, my friends, keep the faith. I look forward to sharing with you again